Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be doing another Dingo Doodles video. This specifically is success. I'm assuming it's because her channel shot up so fast, so quickly in just a few videos. And by a few, I mean even though she probably spent months on it at this point. I mean, she basically hit what I did in less than a year, and what took me almost 5. So, yeah. Granted, I have seen her previous videos. She's freaking skilled. So it makes sense. I'm taking a wild guess and saying this video is a reflection on that. Could I be wrong? Well, it's me, so I probably am. Because, yeah. Kind of an assumption at this point that's usually accurate. So again, if you haven't already, there's a link below to the original video. Hit it up, because Dingo Doodles, in general, is amazingly talented and really good at telling a story. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how she pulls this together. And if you haven't, subscribe to her channel as well, because why? Exactly the reason. Why is the reason? Sure, it's a question and actually shouldn't be a reasoning, but I'm going to assume it is and pretend I made sense there. I'm a little caffeinated today. So again, let's get started.
Hey, how does it feel to jump to 100,000 subscribers
Oh.
in just 4 months?
4 months!
I find it strange how
Hyperventilation.
we have
Accurate
lessons
response.
and teachings on how to be successful in life. You know, study, work, improve, repeat over and over and over and over again. Till
Yeah.
we finally get the success we've been dreaming of for our entire life. And then the teaching just stops.
What?
You have finally done it. You have succeeded. Yeah. Wait, what do I do now? Wait, what?
Keep doing it.
What do I do with all of this? I don't know. Figure it out.
Oh, I get the
I
YouTube
think
play.
sometimes
Yeah, that was the
people
YouTube
see
symbol.
success as people being on these high-rising towers. Wow, they must be having such a great time up there.
Is
Up
this
so
gonna be a-
high, such a great view. Must feel amazing. Can somebody let me down?
There's
I'm
no
alone
access.
and afraid of heights. And there's a lot of birds up here.
They are just staring at you.
Oh God.
That's actually adorable.
And when
Oh!
you're up so high on the
actually
tower, you slowly or very quickly realize you have a long way to fall. Or you think
Yee.
at any moment the tower is going to collapse.
That sounds
Any
terrifying.
second now.
And with YouTube, accurate.
Any second now, I'm gonna reach my doom.
Just start making more videos with swear words, you'll be
Oh
fine.
God.
Until they decide you can't
Because
swear again.
You realize that when you put that pen to the paper, that line that you draw will reach a lot of people.
Because
so if
again,
you mess
100,000
up,
people, so
it'll
yeah.
have a big impact. Or at least that's
Yeah.
how it feels. People can make
That's
mistakes.
relatable.
People should make mistakes.
relatable.
That's how we grow and learn.
I got entire
But
videos with nothing
when
but
your
people
audience
watching
is
it
no
again to see
longer
me screw up.
100, but 100,000, it can be pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
Then you start to feel like you should censor yourself, like put up walls, like you should be somebody else, even though people liked your stuff because you were you.
And then there's YouTube
You
making it
suddenly
weirder,
Are
so
walking
yeah.
through a minefield where you don't know if one of your words or actions is just gonna.
This is an
set
older video of hers,
somebody
but it's
off.
still freaking
As
relevant
creators,
today.
It's scary.
Like, if she just really
and
just uploaded it
very
again now,
constricting.
it would still be
All you
just as
want to do is
accurate.
make stuff. I just want to draw, damn it. You fear your audience. I don't want to feel that way. I want to work with my audience, not for
Oh.
my audience. Being worried about everything I create or put out. It's kind of funny because I made this channel because I was tired of thinking about other people's opinions about my work.
Really?
Heck, when I started this, I threw caution to the wind, and my confidence wasn't bad. It wasn't great,
I love
but
that
it
look.
wasn't bad. Yet now I
just
feel
the-
like my
yeah,
confidence is
the
even
glasses.
worse. I mean, how does that make sense? You suddenly have people telling you
because
that your stuff is great.
gratification
and
doesn't
fun,
actually matter
and
unless you
they
believe
love
it.
And your confidence is lower. Like that doesn't add up. Then you start to obsess. You start obsessing about the numbers
This
on
is a
your
very
videos.
relatable episode.
If your video is doing well and gets really high, you feel great. And when it
Whenever it
doesn't
doesn't?
reach that, you feel
Yep.
low and like you failed. You're on this like emotional yo-yo that's being conducted by the number gods.
Yeah, there's a reason
Like,
I don't
your
really look at my
self-worth
subscriber
is
count anymore.
attached to these
This is
damn digits.
super
Yeah.
relatable.
None of this is healthy. I know some people don't talk about this stuff because they think they'll be seen as ungrateful or people that want some weird self-pity or something. I mean,
It's very honest, if
it's
nothing
like,
else.
how could you possibly complain about this, you ungrateful child? Well,
I've had
first
that.
of all, I'm not ungrateful. All of this has been really amazing. More amazing than anything I've experienced in my career.
Yep.
I love it that other people love my stuff, and I love making it. And I'm not complaining. I think it's important to talk about. Because for people in the world that are going through this, through any success really, they think
There's
they're
a huge
alone.
thing of YouTuber burnout right now, so
Everyone is telling
was
them
she
how
one of the first
great
to talk
it
about it?
is, how they should just
I don't know,
they
but
should
it's
feel
definitely
on
accurate
top
to a
of
lot
the
of people.
world. But all they want to do is crawl up in a ball and forget it ever happened.
Ah, yes,
You
the
feel
usual
like you're going
ends in a
crazy.
Y.
Why do I feel like this? You're hit by this realization of the scale of it all and the pressure that comes with it. But
And the scale laughs
I
at you.
see that I'm not alone. I've talked to friends and family and even other creators about this.
Ooh.
Yeah, I straight up had a mental breakdown when I had my success and had to go off and live in the woods with the animals. And I obsessed about tennis for some weird reason.
My God, tennis?
Yeah, I suddenly felt like I couldn't make anything. Like everything I would do would just be awful.
In my defense, I had the
Suddenly
same thing,
felt
except
like I
my
had no idea
stuff
what
actually
I was
was
doing. Through all of this, I've also seen that I am definitely a self-sabotager, and I have that imposter syndrome kind of thing going on, where I feel like I'm not worthy. Like you also have the wrong person. Like I shouldn't be here. Why am I here? You're obviously all deluded. It's strange because sometimes I believe the bad comments more than the good ones.
Yeah,
Which
that
is
sucks when that happens.
Crazy. I feel like they're trying to be nice. And when you get a bad comment, you go, see, I told you I'm awful.
Psychology
They were
does
right.
make it so that
I
we notice the bad
goddamn
things
knew
more.
it. Which again is crazy.
The problem with that is
Look at it like
we
this.
then
I
ignore
have
the
a
good
bakery.
things.
I make you a cake. Wow,
Ooh.
this cake is awesome and very tasty. Liar. I can do better. And I slap the cake out of your hand. Oh, my cake. Then I make you another cake.
It's even
Wow,
better.
This cake is even more amazing. How did you do that? Liar. You're just trying to be nice to me. And then I slap the cake out of your hand again. I don't know. I just like slapping cakes out of people's hands, I guess.
I kind of want them
Then
to actually do a
another,
live
then
action
another,
skit of
until
this.
eventually I
Just
just burn
cake
down
slapping.
the bakery because I can't handle it all and I can't keep topping myself. I can see
Oh,
why people
God.
shut down and just
That escalated.
go off and want to live in the woods out in the middle of nowhere. But that's not healthy, and it's not true to the experience. And I know some of this won't resonate with people, and that's okay. This
I'm
video,
definitely understanding it,
if
though.
anything, is about recognizing it and moving on. I want to make this to start the process of being better and less self-destructive. I don't know
I wonder
the
exactly
answers to
what
all of
outside
this,
of context
and that's
work
okay.
this was about exactly.
Like I've said, this channel is supposed to be therapy for me, and for some, I hope it helps, actually. Because to know that you're not alone can really help. To know that you're not crazy, and there is a
Also, I've noticed
solution
she's
out
putting
there.
in a lot
I
more
don't know
little
what it
movements.
is, but I'm determined to work towards
little
it.
actress
And
there.
I'm excited to find it. I'm excited
Answer.
to make things and have fun and be okay with all of it. I'm gonna stop apologizing and work towards being a little more confident, I guess. Yeah, I would say that. I think I'm at that point where I can move forward. So thank
Good
you
for you,
all
Dingo.
for helping me grow as a person. Yeah. And here's to the next 100,000.
Oh God, that face.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a super relatable episode. I'm not sure if it relates to everyone, but I get this. This is something that, I mean, my channel might not be nearly as big, but there's a lot of times where it's like, wow, I got so much good feedback. And then there's one person like, you're a monster, you should die. And I'm like, they all hate me. It's a thing. And again, human psychology is that we fixate on negatives. Partially because usually in evolution, if something bad happens and you don't fixate on it, it's going to kill you. The carryover, of course, is, you know, when something bad that we can ignore happens, we don't. It's an issue. And I will be completely honest, there's days where I can barely even look at YouTube because I know if I just get like 3 bad comments, my day is just going to be like, really? Like there could be a dozen comments, 100 comments, 1,000 comments waiting that are amazing. I would love to engage with. And then there's just those 3 and it's like, nope, Drive's gone. Can't do it. Can't record videos this week. It's part of the reason I have a backlog. Because it's like, I can't record today. Great, I don't need to. Yeah, also because overtime is a thing. Mandatory sudden overtime. Yay. But I get exactly what she's talking about, and it's super relatable, and unfortunately so, because she's proven that she is very competent, and it sucks that she has to go through this, but it's understandable as well, because sudden success, even long-running success or very slow gain success, any measure of it is stressful, because you're then worried about screwing up again and not being able to, retain it, or maybe it was a mistake and you didn't deserve it. The imposter syndrome she talked about. All of that is understandable, and it's a thing. Kind of surprised by everyone she talked about going to the woods, though. Really, how many people read Walden after all? Dear God. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, it's an old book about a guy who went to live in the woods. And by woods, I mean a park in Massachusetts, Boston area. Greater Boston area. I'm not actually sure where it's at, but I know it's close enough to the city where if he left the park, he was in the suburbs, basically. But it was a big enough park where he was technically on his own. And there was a lot more contemplation. It's actually very philosophical, and some of it's interesting, some of it is incredibly boring, but it's interesting in the academic sense, if nothing else. English major. I want to see how she does it, because there's going to be a follow-up to this, because this is a level of success when she was at 100,000. Right now, she's at a 544,000. It's a bit higher. And it will probably grow, by the time I put this out, a lot. Because, again, she's incredibly talented, and her use of storytelling is spot on. Where Puffin Forrest is a gag a minute, he's funny and he's hilarious, and his delivery is just a riotous laugh. Puffin is a lot more into the actual telling of a story. She is a narrative storyteller by just natural, it seems. Which is impressive, because it seems like her actual training and experience and understandings are in how to draw, which looks amazing. I've also noticed she's put in a little more movement with the character, so there's just quicker switches every second or so, as opposed to every few seconds. It's just a little faster moving, so it keeps the eye... Did I just say keeches? It keeps the eye moving. There's a little sudden jumps between them. Also a little bump whenever it changes out. Nice effect. Very useful. I just love the fact that she's acknowledging this, because if you don't talk about it, it does build up. I do it with other people outside of YouTube, so I don't hide anything. Let's be honest. I'm a talking fool. For anyone who's actually met me in person, yeah. I've mentioned this a few times, and I'll probably mention it again. I tone it down for YouTube. I'm a bigger geek and a huge dork in person. As in, this is me attempting to be suave and cool. This is my attempt at it. And I'm aware I'm failing. It's worse in person, just so you're aware. But, yeah, I really respect the fact that she's taken the video to talk about this, to talk about something that's obviously very distressing to her. The entire idea of being on the top of the building is like, I've succeeded and I can only fail. That is a real thought, and if you ever have just a bad month or bad day or just a few bad comments, that entire thought process is very hard not to fall into. So, again, I've already mentioned this before, but if you can, there's a link below. Just go leave a comment saying that, Dingo, you're awesome. Will it help? Maybe. Because if you just keep seeing that, it might drown out the notifications of all the people who are just being assholes. Do that. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Again, there's a link to the original video. Hit it up. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.